Clements Homebrew. Hey, it's getting to that time where I'm getting thirsty. So it's time for a beer review. And I had a beer that, in fact, I just talked to some guys like Hopback Nate and Mark about it. And it's time to review it. I've heard such mixed reviews. It's Rampant by New Belgium Brewing. Rampant IPA is an Imperial IPA. It's 8.5% and 85 IBUs. The malt bill is pale malt and black malt. That's kind of unusual. And then the hops are interesting too, because it has one of the hops I've wanted to try brewing with myself. It has the Mosaic, but it mixes it in with Calypso and Centennial. It has kind of a large bubbles, kind of pillowy head, you know, slight rockiness on the top, about a 1.5 finger maybe, maybe just one. The color is kind of interesting. It's a golden amber, someplace in between. More of a gold with a little bit of amber hue, you know. And let's get a nose on this then. Oh, that's interesting. And maybe I'm not getting a lot through the head. I don't know, but that is an interesting aroma, I will say. It kind of has this dank, musty smell to it a little bit, to be really frank with you. From the interesting mix of hops, I'm assuming. I get some citrus. I get like a bit of lemon and like a hint of grapefruit. But I think it's like a grassy aromas I'm getting, kind of an earthy, grassy barnyard scent a little bit. Kind of mixed in. And then now I got a little hint of tropical fruit on that. But nothing's really sticking out strong as far as types of tropical fruit. Almost got like a stone fruit aroma. But the smells, the aroma coming from this is interesting. I will say that. I mean, it's just really off. A very different scent, particularly for an 8.5%. I would have expected to get more sweetness. And I'm getting hints of sweetness, you know, a little bit. Very mild on the low end. Yeah, very unusual, very different. Well, let's get a taste on this. Almost a little pepper, I think. A little taste on this, a little bit of spice. I just got this bottle this week, so wow. That kind of off, dank taste, it's definitely coming through in the flavors for sure. Oh, that's just odd. That's different. And it's really weird because they very quickly decided to make this a year round. I mean, this wasn't really tested well, I don't think, in the field, or at least not in our area. It's not measuring up to Portland standards by any means for me. Some interesting citrus flavors, like a grapefruit rind. And I'm not talking about a sweet grapefruit. Hints of some lemon. Almost lemon rind. But it's kind of an off, interesting sweet taste to it. Very difficult to describe. It's almost like I'm getting just the lightest hints of some peach. The lightest hints of like I'm going to describe it as a mango maybe. Just lightly in there. A little bit of barnyard type flavors in there. Yeah, definitely. A little grassy barnyard. An interesting bitterness on it. Not real super bitter. It's someplace between a light and medium body. Carbonation's good. A little bit bitter on the end, not heavily bitter. I mean, I admit, we've all had much bitter beers, and I've had really bitter beers that I've liked much more than this. I'm gonna have dinner, so I'm gonna see how it tastes with dinner. This is talked about being really good with food, but as it is, I'll be honest, it's not really doing it for me. Got a little bit of herbal tea essence to it, but very odd, honestly. And I was kind of excited because I knew that the mosaic was in it. I had some really high hopes that it would really tickle my fancy, but the alcohol's pretty well hidden. Really dry on the finish. Yeah, I'll try it with food and we'll see, but yeah, not something I'm going to be running out to get again. Not anytime soon. I'm giving it a 79. I guess I'm spoiled for bringing a lot of good things in, but yep, 79. And then overall on this, I'm going to go lower. I'm going to drop it all the way down to a 75. Hate saying that. And I know some people really like this, and then I know some people really didn't care for it. I'm going to agree more with Greg's beer review. I saw that one some weeks ago. I love interesting things. It is definitely interesting. Maybe it's the bottle I got. Oh well, you know, this was a less expensive beer. My saying is life is too short to drink cheap beers. But this won't deter me because I will see you in the next beer review. Cheers. Okay, I was testing the beer tasting. We're having a pork dish with pineapple and some cardamom and blah, 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 and rice.
Eskimo brothers means you slept with the same person. So your brothers
Bitter beer face. It doesn't work. I don't know what beer goes with, or food goes with the beer.
And the one show I was watching, the one
Bye.
was very
See ya.
inappropriate.